Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of Warships. Today it's one of my replays, and I'm in the Z-52, a tier 10 German destroyer. I'm on the map North in a 3-point domination game. It's, well, obviously a tier 10 battle. Not too many tier 10s around though, so that's nice. There is a carrier, and there is barely any raider. There's basically only the Missouri. Now the thing about the set is, the set really profits from not facing too many raiders, because your Hydro, it's a lot more powerful when you don't have to fear raiders. So, speaking of powerful Hydro, I found the Shimakaze who has come in here way too close, so I'm using my Smoke Hydro combo. With the Hydro I can easily dodge the torpedoes, and we can farm this Shimmer quite nicely. Now, of course, the Missouri is getting close, and I'm within the Missouri Raider range, and now we can see why I say that the Hydro is much more powerful in the absence of Raider. Because, right, this Missouri's Raider now forces me away. Now I can easily escape it, mind you, but for example, if there is absolutely no Raider, then you can push even further into the cap if you want. And you can basically be a constant Hydro threat inside your smoke. Oh. I was thinking the Shimmer would escape, but Viper sneakily detonated him. I mean, the Shimmer was very low, but it would have probably survived with, I don't know, 1,000 hit points or so. But detonation got him. So, well, at least he got flags. Oh no, wait, he doesn't. Anyway. So I can now come back and take this cap, because well, Missouri is too far away and his radar is on cooldown anyway. And now also thanks to the Hydro, I don't have to worry about random torpedoes. I mean, the Fantask could be somewhere in the area here still. It's also quite the nice thing about Hydro. You have to fear a lot less that you get randomly told. Of course, if it's running, you don't always have Hydro active. So I'm hoping I can intercept the Missouri here a little bit. It looks like the Missouri might be pushing towards this island, which is a pretty strong raider position. Because he's pretty close to B and C. But we'll see if my troops hit anything. Now the, well, like, the Johan could be hydroing, so you might see those torps coming. Anyway, I am getting the B cap, it looks like, so that's good news. We are one ship ahead. We are the only one who have a cap. Now, for some reason, our Z-23 here has not taken the A cap, which is a bit sad, because look at it, the only raider they have is here. Well, actually, I haven't paid attention to the planes. Wasn't forced away by the planes, but he's pretty far away there, right? They could have just sailed in there and taken the A-cap, and nothing should be able to stop him, because the air destroyers are here, right? So he could also just possibly outlive planes in the smoke. So yeah, this is really sad, right? And now all forces here are going away, possibly because they lack the destroyers. All that set had to do was sail into A. It's a free cap. They don't have a destroyer there. Well, anyway. Oh no, wait! They might have a destroyer there. There are 3 destroyers still left. Never mind. Forget anything I said. So, meanwhile, we've just lost Viper, but Viper took care of the Missouri. Viper probably got pushed there by a Hydro, but him taking out the Missouri makes my life a lot easier, so there is that. So yeah, there is a destroyer there, but I mean, it's a set, he has a Hydro, he should at least have tried something, I feel like. Anyway. So, also, why is the set coming so far this way, right? This is where our destroyers are. We don't need all destroyers at the same spot. Well, anyway. Now, my division mate is currently radaring, so we will be able to see the Fantask and the Johan and possibly the Ognevoy. And I'm coming in here with a smoke to help him out. Now, the thing is, he's not getting detected by the enemies through here. But he might just be detected by the Seaton, so I'm trying to provide him here with a smoke screen and then go possibly around him. Maybe also offer some protection from the Slava. The problem, of course, is there are torpedoes coming. Which, well, they ran out. But if it forced him too far away, then the Titan will spot him again. So that's unfortunate. Maybe he'll be able to reverse back in there. So far, it's still a pretty even match. Both teams have one camp. We have the same amount of ships. So I'll try to get past him there because I want to go to C. Now, as I've mentioned earlier, we have a problem because all destroyers are here at the same spot. So what we'd really need is a destroyer here on the A side. Even if he doesn't want to take the cap, at least he should provide some spotting and he should torp the incoming Slava, which he could totally be doing. So I could do that. I could go over there. The problem is I'm also not trusting my team to take the C cap. I mean, it's a Benson. The Benson obviously has smoke and reasonable concealment, but I do have a powerful Hydra that might push the enemy destroyers away. So I'm gonna help here at the C cap. And then I can go towards the other flank. It's a bit of a shame if you have 3 destroyers, because I feel like I have to do the job myself. On both flanks. But, you know, nobody said destroyer life was easy. So I popped the Hydra here already, and here are some hopes. Because, you know, I mean, the Benson was seen inside this cap. I somewhat expected the enemy to try to torpedo this cap. And it would just be a shame to sail in there and get wrecked. Oh, look at that. Our Benson just got torn. So the carrier was seen here close by. I mean, so far the carrier hasn't been a major issue. Let's hope it remains that way. So I'm contemplating who I want to torpedo here. Probably try the Titan. And maybe I should have used Thermal launchers, and let's try the Vanguard here. The thing is, I could have used all my torps against the Titan, but I can't, like, my main concern is that he's too fast, right? And I can't torp more in front of him because of the island. So launching more torps might get me more hits, but I can't, like, increase my chance of hitting in a sense because I can't spread it out in the direction that I want. So I decided I'd try instead to split them and have more out different ships. But you know what? It turns out that 1 torpedo is all I needed.
Wir haben ein gegnerisches Schlachtschiff versenkt.
So there we go. Now, those torpedoes were originally aimed for the Vanguard, but I was also hoping that I could potentially hit one of the destroyers if they are still lurking. Turns out they weren't really. Now, my torps are almost reloaded. I'm gonna try to get some torps towards maybe that smoke, maybe the Johan to it. Like, I think this is ideal, right? I have 3 destroyers that I could be hitting here, plus the cruiser. And interesting smoke screen. Is it trying to reach the Johan with that? I don't know. So I'm gonna try to shoot here, and I'm also providing smoke for my division mate, who is running very low here, but who could definitely sink some ships and use his radar around here. So the Ognivo is trying to escape. And he's almost out of the radar range. But got him. So the Fantask is too far away for me to hit, and the Johan is also down, so that's nice. So we have sort of finally cleared out that flank. The others here are fleeing, which is good news because the Venezia and the Slava are pushing in now. So finally I can take care of the other side, which is a shame because I could have done a lot of good on the other flank this entire time. But I was also needed here, so... and I can't split myself in half. Now, the area just chose this moment to be a nuisance. So I stayed inside the smoke screen, right? I wanted to leave, but once I saw the planes, I knew I had to wait until they disappear. So I launched 1 set of torps. I want to use my 2nd set of torps on that Slava again, I suppose, but I need to turn around first and get a better angle. Now, one advantage of splitting your torps is the floodings, right? Especially with... well, I mean, the set's torps reload pretty quickly anyway, but the Slava has a Russian... I think it also has that Russian damage con with the charges, right? Should have. Which means the there is very little time for it. There's a very small window of opportunity, is what I'm trying to say, where you can get the flooding with the damage con cooldown. So now I got one hit in, he was flooding, he damage conned. Now if those second set of torps hit, he's gonna flood again. Meanwhile, my RPF is checking the shimmer, so I'm going there. The problem is my Hydra isn't quite ready yet, so I don't know. The shimmer could be coming around this corner at any moment. And oh, the enemy carrier is close and spots me. So yeah, I got 3 torpedoes this time and I got the flooding. This is exactly what I wanted. Now of course if he had like a Russian balanced captain, then he would have just automatically damage countered flooding. But it looks like he does not have a Russian balanced. So, there we go.
Gegnerische Schlachtschiff versenkt.
Now it's 4 against 4. And the enemy has more caps, but we have more points currently. And there is the shimmer. Now, if I was smart, I would have already switched to armor piercing. So I'm trying to see where he goes with my... Oh, he beached. So yeah, this is the ideal situation to use German armor piercing. So of course I'm not using it. I'm not using it yet because I'm an idiot. And now I'm finally switching to armor piercing. And some juicy hits there, but now he starts to angle. So now I need to actually go back to some high explosive. I'm also trying to use my torps here, but I don't think I'll need them. Now thanks to the Hydro, I'm forewarned of any torpedoes. And I can easily dodge. The problem is, I'm spotted in front of a Pommern. And I'm also out of smoke screens. So I should be in concealment soon. I want to turn towards this little gap here because I might need to run away. See, it's a 3 against 3, right? Now, if the Pommern pushes me with Hydro, I'm not sure if he can make this turn, but if he pushes in here with Hydro, I have to run. Also, if the carrier comes, I need to run. Because all the carrier needs to do is spot me, and I'm just gonna die. I'm inside Pommern secondary range, and I'm not very healthy. I mean, there's also the primary guns, right? The Pommern is not very accurate, but it has quite a few guns at this range. It could do a lot to me, so... Yeah, I got away with this here. So I'm behind the island now. And now any carrier spotting isn't gonna do much. Whew. So I got away here. We have a slight points lead, but it's not gonna last because they have amps. Now my problem still exists. I could try to turn around here. I could try to go this way and into B. I don't know what the Pommern's gonna do. The Venezia is gonna grab C. The Pommern might stay here and try to fight down Lepanto. Now if I were going down here, I could help with my torpedoes, but if the carrier spots me again, once again I have no way to disappear, right? If I'm too close to this Pommern, and I mean, if I want to torp him, I have to be in his secondary. I'm just so easy to kill right now, so the carrier spotting becomes so incredibly dangerous, and the carrier has nothing better to do than to, you know, arrest. Actually, that's like the carrier focusing me now is the best thing the carrier can do. So, oh, we'll see how this goes. So my idea is to try to get A. Now the carrier can interrupt me when I get it, but at least his spotting won't matter, right? So, depending on what the carrier attacks me with, maybe I can, you know, dodge the torp bombers and such. And maybe I can camp. It's, I feel like, my best hope. Now, it turns out the Pommern didn't actually stay here, so I could have turned around. But it also turns out my team is camping. So, that wouldn't have benefited us if I had been there as well, I guess. Now, we are a little bit behind. If I manage to flip A, though, we can get more points again. But... oh, wait. So it looks like the carrier started his dive bombers, then decided he doesn't want dive bombers and called them back? Is that what's happening? So... the carrier has actually made an attempt to stop me from camping. Which is pretty surprising, to be honest. And it might just be what we need to win this. Because I'll have this flipped soon, and then we will start to overtake them on points. Well, not quite 4 minutes left, and there is the carrier. And I'm trying to slow down here to throw. Oh. Yeah, okay. So I wanted to slow down a bit and hope to. Like, this set isn't the most agile DD there's ever been. But I'm trying to get some dodging in there. The thing is that the Germans, they have an incredibly short period of time between the machine guns and the rockets, so seeing where exactly is going to drop is of a bit less use than with other carriers. Then again, they are IP rockets, so they might not do that much damage. Now, it also looks like he's pretty low on torpedo bombers, which is pretty great. That's gonna be helpful. Now at this point, I've decided to go after the carrier. There isn't an awful lot of time left, and like, look at where my RPF is pointing. He's somewhere here close to that zone. So I should get inside its range soonish, I feel like. And once again, if I try to go closer to like the Pommern and help with my torpedoes, I mean, there's no guarantee that I'm gonna hit, but the closer I get to those enemy ships, the more devastating the carrier spotting is gonna be. And right now, I mean, I could also sail into a corner, mind you, and hope that the carrier loses track of me, but once again, carriers are just way too fast. Like, I can't escape that carrier spotting unless the carrier lets me, or is very bad. So I've decided to go for the carrier. Also, keep in mind, the Saint-Louis can actually shoot the carrier, right? It's not just me. So me spotting the carrier, there are my guns that can do stuff, and there is the Saint-Louis if it wants to. So I'm gonna go armor piercing here. It's a rather broadside carrier. And the good news is, he's so close to the zone wall that he has very little way of escaping, right? He can't turn and sail completely away from it. His option is to stay broad. Well, I mean, he could go zone wall hard. I ignored that launch, that was a bit of a mistake there. I mean, that launch would only work if they actually turn away and start zone wall hacking, which he does. So since he's cornered by the zone wall, I guess he's decided to just go for a broadside. I mean, charging me probably wouldn't be very helpful with my torps. So, yeah. Now, I'm obviously in the delicate position that I'm getting inside secondary range. I'm not sure if that was actually a good choice. I could have tried to stay further away. So I have to mind the secondaries, I have to mind the planes while I'm trying to also keep shooting the carrier. Now I could just lock my guns because the carrier isn't really moving. And it looks like my torps are gonna do the trick though. So, there's a Kraken. I have to admit though, this was not really the best carrier, right? His drops weren't very good. But I still almost died. And you know what? Maybe I should have stayed further away from the secondaries. But it all worked out. It also meant getting closer to the carrier, getting farther away from the Pommern and such. And now we just win. And here we are with the results. And you know, I managed to unleash a Kraken there in the end and kill a carrier. So quite a nice ending, I would say. Yeah, I made a few mistakes in this one, I think. I could have, for example, used armor P earlier against the Shimmer. I could have stayed out of the secondary range there against the carrier, and so on. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. It was a nice game. It was a close one. And yeah, it was a victory. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you next time.